Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be doing teaching from HackMyVm. This is box about easy. And yeah, let's get on to the video. So I'm starting with my terminals here. I'm starting running a net cover my SR 10.0.0.1/24/IT0. Look at this. We do have an IP address as 10.0.0.86. So do Control-Shift-X to run the mmap scan. So do mm-sc for default scripts, -v for automation, which kind of ports on IP. Doing this, I'll do -v verbose. Look at the ports. We do have port 22 pin for SSH, port 8 pin for HTTP, and also port 8081. Some servers in port 8080. Look at this. We do have a hi student here, which we can make, telling us to make the server secure, right? The first server was hacked by a user called Cole, and also this user here. And the server is important because it's used for teaching. I guess if the server gets hacked, then they're going to be getting an F. So I'm going to control use source code. We do have user as Mr. Teacher here. So I'm going to start writing some more immersion. We're going to get GoBuster. So do Control-Shift-X. We're going to GoBuster to remote -u into the IP address. We'll do -w for user share word list or buster directory list 2.3 medium.txt. We'll do extension HTML, TXT, and also PHP. Looking at this, we do have a log.php, manual, and also an access.php. Some servers in log.php. Looking at the logs, it doesn't seem like we do have any logs here. Do Control-R. Doesn't seem like we do anything. I'm also going to access that 10.0.0.86. I believe we did have this access.php. I'm going to do Control-Use source code. And it doesn't seem like anything. I'm going to start by fuzzing for parameters since we have the source here, which could equal to nothing under this image tag. So I'm going to see if this parameter gets inputted, right? So use wfuzz. We'll do -u. Went to the IP address. We'll do question mark for fuzz, or we do want to fuzz for the parameter here. So we'll do /etc password. We'll do -w for user share word list. We'll do lfi parameters.txt. We'll do -hw for 0. I'll do this for 2. Doesn't seem like we do anything. So do this for -hc, since this is for the chars. This is for the word and also for the length and also for the status code, right? So do -c, -hc for 12. Doesn't seem to work. I'm also going to do grep out for -v for 12. Since it does do 1, I just since wfuzz is not going to exclude the payload or the chars, I'll just use grep -v so I can exclude the 12 and then just show everything that's not under 12, right? So do we have chars for 23 chars? We do have a payload for ID. So do question mark ID is equal to ID. This seemed like it was the control use source code. This seemed like it was input into the source, which is going to equal to ID. Seems like 44 is not found. Instead of doing this, since it's being input into the source code, I'm cap from /ops shells. We do WordPress, or we'll just go under PHP since I do have this cmd.php. I'm just going to copy this, put this into places with ID. We'll do question mark cmd is equal to ID. The reason I have this, the reason I do have this for ID or for cmd is because I did input this for, if I take this off, I do have this request cmd, right, for the cmd parameter. I'll take off this axis. We'll do cmd is equal to ID. We'll do Control-U. We'll do www data here. You do see that we're under www data, right? If I do like an else -la, I do have this under, if I do index.php or index.html, you do see that I do have it. So doing this, I'm going to start by saying this with the burp. So I'm just going to go to proxy, go to start burp, go to close, next start burp. So I'm just going to go to proxy, go to options, go to my specific address here as 10.0.0.69. Do Control-R, send this to repeater. We send this. We did run the ID command, so I'll do www. You do see it under www data. Same thing as I did show you. If I do ls plus la or ls plus -la, you do see if I do like an index, you do see I do have this index.html. Instead of running commands, I'm going to start by running. I'll do Control-T. We'll just go to pentest monkey. We'll go to rev shell. Spun reverse shell. I'll do this for Python. So I'm just going to copy this, put this into my leaf pad. We'll do Python 3. We'll change this to 10.0.069 on port 9001. Copy this, put this into the CMD parameter that we did have. I'm just going to highlight this. We'll do Control U to URL encode. I'm going to start my listener here. So I'm going to zoom in. We'll do rwrap HackMyVm on 9001. We send this. We do ID. Now we're in the www data. So I'm going to export my term is equal to xterm. Is equal to xterm. I'm going to start running a bin/bash -i. I'm also going to run a TTY later on, but I do want to start a Python server for this. We do have this for this PDF file. We also do have user for Mr. Teacher here. Just to confirm, I'll do ls/home Mr. Teacher. We do have the user flag. I'm also going to cd into /home Mr. Teacher. I'm going to see if I can make a directory for .sh. Doesn't seem like it works, right? I'm going to start writing some manual enumeration under /opt. We'll do under /var. Sometimes we'll check for some backups here. Doesn't seem like we do have any backups, so I'll just into var www HTML. We do have this PDF here. So I'm going to start Python server. So do Python 3 -m http.server on port 8081. Does seem like this is already in use. I'll do this on port 8080. We do have this for this .pdf. We do know that we do have the IP address as 10.0.086. So I'll do a make an indicator for file, cd into file. Just wget http 10.0.086 on port 8080. We have this. Do have this PDF file here. I'm gonna run a file against this. Also run exif tool against this PDF file. We do have the producer here for docfly. I also do have XMP toolkit for dyna.pdf. And to show that we do have the application as a PDF file, right? Before doing this, I'm going to run a Firefox against this PDF so we can open it. So we do have a bunch of math homework here. Doesn't seem like we do have anything. We do have a pass here, a password. Looking back over here, we do have the, this is the first page, this is the last page, but this is the page before it, right? If we do zoom into this, we do have this pass is equal to thank you teachers, right? Thank you teachers with the S at the end. So we do have two possibilities here. I'm going to create a passwords.txt. We do know this is thank you teachers, right? Or we also do have a think, maybe all lowercase, thank you teachers, which could be one of those, right? Before trying to brute force for a user, I'm going to just try like SSH into root at 10.0.086, just to make sure it doesn't require a private key, right? Doesn't seem like it does require a private key, so I'm going to do Mr. Teacher. I believe that was the user that we did have. Let me see, we did have a teacher as Mr. Teacher, right? So we can SSH into Mr. Teacher. We did have two possible passwords for password.txt. We just thank you teachers. We do ID, and you see that we're under Mr. Teacher. So looking back, we did have, if I do exit out of the shell, we do have this passwords.txt. We did find two possibilities here for the password, thank you teachers, and also thank you teachers for lowercase, right? Looking back to Firefox, we did have thank you, I guess this is a capital Y, Y-O-U, and then teachers, T-E-A-C-H-E-R-S. So now we can SSH, we did have the password for thank you teachers. We do ID, and now we're under Mr. Teacher. So doing this, I'm going to start running a sudo myself. This seems like you can run bin gedit, and also bin xauth. If we do want to use gedit, we actually do need to run SSH with the -y option so we can forward. Before doing this, I'm going to run /bin xauth. Let's actually start with gedit first, right? So we can get this, just start a connection with SSH. So I'll just do bin gedit. Does this work with bin gedit? Doesn't seem to work. I'll do sudo -su, run this as root for gedit. Doesn't seem to work. So I'm just going to X out this. We'll do a -y option. We'll go to thank you teachers. We'll do ID. We're going to Mr. Teacher. So I'm going to run a sudo myself. If I just try running this, you see that this now does run, right? So I'm going to do sudo myself. I'm going to run an XAuth here. If I do run a list, we do have this key here, which is F7FD for the cookie, for the magic cookie. If I do sudo -u, run this as root. For XAuth, I run a list. You do see that I do have FB9. We do have FB9, also 7FD. So what I need to do is actually just try to copy this. We'll just copy this, put this add into roots. So if I do list, we're going to copy our cookie into roots. So now if I do if I do a list command, you'll see that I do have 7FD matching with our cookie, which is 7FD. If I do sudo myself, we do have a bing edit. So do sudo, run this as root for bing edit. If I go to open, we can go to, you do see that I now have access to the file system. So I go into root. If this is the root flag, I believe. So we can go to file system, we can go to /etc, go to password file. So I'm just going to X out this, we'll do Control. So do mk password -m for SHA-512. Once it pass, you can just copy this, put this into go back over here. We'll create a user for proxy programmer. Put that in there. We'll do 0, call it 0. We'll do root /bin/bash. We could save this. Now if I cat my password file out now. So cat my password file, cat/ezz password. You do see that user as proxy programmer. So I can just copy the user. So just a proxy programmer, do pass cd osmyslane cat.root.txt. We'll get this from the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.